Hey, it's time again. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. My very favorite book that my dad used to read to me every Christmas Eve. So I read it to you every Christmas Eve now. You know, I do this for a reason. I don't just do it because I enjoy reading it. I do it because Christmas is hard. It's hard for a lot of people. A lot of us aren't surrounded by our loved ones, our fiancés, our wives, our husbands. A lot of us are alone. Thankfully, some of us do have some people around us. It has been me and my son for the last 10 years just by ourselves here. But a lot of people have absolutely nobody, and they get depressed. Even if they have somebody, they get depressed. And a lot of us have lost loved ones around the holidays. A lot of us have a lot of lost loved ones that we just don't have in our lives anymore. And sometimes the holidays can bring back memories, which sometimes aren't good. Sometimes memories are hurtful. They're, it just leaves, you just feel empty inside. I really don't know how else to say it. So I read this book every year because it helps me feel better. It helps me feel good. It reminds me of the good times that I had on Christmas when my dad was alive and he used to read this book to me. And that brings me comfort. It brings me joy. So that's why I read this book every year. So I hope you enjoy me reading it, because I'm going to keep doing it every year as long as God gives me on this earth. So, and I will probably always be wearing my Merry Christmas Santa hat that I've had for a lot of years. Only this year, I've added a little snowman bell onto it. So, okay. So, with that said, ooh, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Okay. The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced through their heads. It's so hard to, I like to try to show this. There's the children all nestled, snug in their beds. It's hard to show because it's such a big book. It's really huge. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. It's hard to see this one because this is really big. Hopefully you get a good idea. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. This was my favorite part of the book. I used to have my dad linger here for a few minutes just so I could look at Santa and the sleigh. Always been a huge snowman and Santa fan. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blixen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. Pages are a little tough to turn sometimes too because they're getting older. It's a really old book. This has been around for a long, long time. I think it's from maybe 1948. So I bought this, my parents bought this for me at the library sale at the school when I was going to school. So, as leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. Hopefully you can see all that. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. I'm trying to peek at it too so I can make sure I'm showing you the whole thing. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. This was another one of my favorite pages. It makes me want to draw wreaths. I just love this page, these 2 pages here. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad little face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and he filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. And I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." That's the end. And this is the front of it. You can see it. Which I love the way it is with the village and the church underneath there are just so pretty. And the back is the same, it's just kind of reverse. But it is a beautiful book, and like I said, my parents got it for me at the library. I'm trying to library sale at the old school that I used to go to. I'm trying to see what year it says in here. It's by Clement C. Moore. And someday I would like to get it rebound and get it fixed up a little bit, because it is definitely aging and it's definitely got some issues with the binding and stuff. And I know turning the pages and stuff, it doesn't really help. It is 1949 by Grosson and Dunlap, and by Clement C. Moore wrote it. So, and the illustrations are by Leonard Weisgard. So, with that said, Merry Christmas to all. God bless us, everyone. God bless America. I hope you're all having a wonderful holiday. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas. I hope you're having a wonderful everything. And I hope that the new year is blessed for you. And I hope that you have glad tidings and joy. And I hope, more than anything, that you find that Jesus, He loves you. He cares about you. God loves you. And they both want you more than you can imagine. The door is always open. All you ever have to do is just open it up and let Him in. And that's just that simple. Again, God bless you. God bless us, everyone. God bless America. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Bye.